the level from the normal order algebra or image or hope. Eigenvectors are sometimes also called, they're sometimes called Butter vectors or characteristic vectors. This is why when you do eigen meaning in name, home, something characteristics is a characteristic vector. Now, similarly, all eigenvalues has characteristic values or proper values. Now, the eigenvectors of a square matrix, no, square matrix, only square matrix will have has eigenvectors, okay? These are the eigenvectors are non-zero vectors, which after being multiplied by your matrix, that is A times the eigenvector, remain proportional to the original vector, which is our eigenvector. That is changed only in magnitude and not in direction. Okay? For each eigenvector, the corresponding eigenvalue is a factor by which the eigenvector changes and multiplied by the matrix. So we can say that an eigenvalue is just a scalar. This is a scalar that increases or decreases the magnitude of your eigenvector. Now with the expression AX, this is matrix A times eigenvector X equals lambda, which is our eigenvalue, times the eigenvector S. So AX equals lambda X. Since we have the two eigenvector, we can therefore say that lambda can be derived from the matrix A itself, no? And therefore they are proportional. AX is equal to lambda X. Simple eigenvalues are eigenvalues of A that has multiplicity of 1. Okay? Simple eigenvalues are eigenvalues of A that has multiplicity of 1. Can it be repeated? We say we have multiplicity of 1. Can it be repeated? No. So that means you have a unique simple eigenvalues are eigenvalues. But technically that is for a simple eigenvalue. But if the eigenvalue appears as a root of even ones, then it is an eigenvalue with multiplicity. Okay? It's a typical solution satisfying AX equals lambda X for any scalar. We should not be considered as an eigenvector. That's why previously when we mentioned the definition of an eigenvector, it must be a non-zero vector. We can have a zero eigenvalue, but not a zero eigenvector. Okay? Because we know for AX equals 0, it's either A is 0, right? Previously, it's either A is 0 or X is 0, right? But here we will only have a zero eigenvalue, not a zero vector. So root of course A times 0 is equal to lambda times 0. No, it will be satisfied. It will equal to 0. Okay, example. Let A be your matrix, the 10 by 10 matrix that has elements 6, 16, 21, and 24. How do we show that negative 2 and 1 is an eigenvector with the corresponding eigenvalue of negative 2? No? Negative 1, negative 4. Okay? Show that, okay, we want to verify if X, which is an eigenvector because the coordinates negative 2, 1, is an eigenvalue, okay, with corresponding lambda equals negative 2 is an eigenvector of A. Is an eigenvector. How do we prove? Simply prove using AX equals lambda X. If it's satisfied, then X is an eigenvector. So what is A? A is 6, 16, negative 1, negative 4, multiplied by X, which is negative 2, 1. Okay, lambda is negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 times 1. Perform your matrix multiplication. Of course, the size is a 2 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 1. The result will be 2 by 1. So we have a column vector. So we have the following. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 16 times 1. That's 16, right? So negative 12 plus 16 is positive 4, right? Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Positive 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. Okay, is that right? 12, you have a negative 12 plus 16 is negative 4. Positive 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Now, with respect to the other side, negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4, and you have negative 2. We please satisfy AX equals lambda S to X. So therefore, we can say, therefore, that X, which has coordinates negative 2, 1, and lambda, corresponding lambda, equal to negative 2. Okay, with corresponding lambda, or eigenvalue of negative 2 is an eigenvector. Therefore, an eigenvector of A. Equals 1, negative 4, negative 1, 1. Now we're asked to find eigenvalue of A and also have to find X of A. So find. You have to find the following, okay? Now, what makes it different from the previous example? In the previous example, we're already given both, no? And all we have to do is to verify. But how do we solve for the eigenvalues and the eigenvector? First, we form what you call your lambda I. You have to form what you call a characteristic polynomial. Okay? You have to form a characteristic polynomial and a characteristic equation given by the determinant equal to 0. No? So, to give us a characteristic equation. Okay? So, in order to form this, okay, first let us determine what will be lambda I minus A. Okay, what will be lambda I minus A? The size of our matrix is a 2 by 2, right? So therefore, the identity, we have lambda, which is a scalar, multiplied with an identity matrix that corresponds to A, that will be a 2 by 2 matrix minus A, which is given by 1, negative 4, negative 1, 1. Multiplying the scalar, so we have lambda, 0, 0 lambda, minus 1, negative 4, negative 1, 1. Okay, then perform your subtraction. Or that will be an addition with a negative, okay? So lambda minus 1, we have lambda minus 1. We have positive 4 because 0 minus 4 is plus 4. And then you have plus 1, lambda minus 1. Okay, now, note, okay, note. What do you mean by note? Note that we do not need to perform lambda I every time that we're going to get a characteristic polynomial. What will be the pattern? The pattern is simply what? The pattern is simply to get lambda minus the elements in your diagonal. Right? Follow me? All you have to do is to incorporate what? I say have lambda minus each element. You have your lambda minus for each element in your diagonal and apply the sign opposite to the remaining elements in your matrix. For example, I will have lambda minus 1, lambda minus 1. Just apply the sign opposite. If it is negative 4, it becomes positive 4. If it is negative 1, it becomes positive 1. So you excuse me. So you already have your lambda I minus A. Now, in order to get the polynomial, we have to set the determinant equal to 0. Characteristic equation, we have to get the determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0. So how do we get the determinant? So we have 0 equals the product of the lower diagonal minus the product of the upper diagonal. So that will be lambda minus 1 squared minus 4. Now you have to expand, right? So 0 is equal to lambda squared minus 2 lambda plus 1 minus 4 equals lambda squared minus 2 lambda minus 3. Now we can factor this as what? Lambda minus 3 and lambda plus 1, right? Minus 3 lambda plus lambda is minus 2 lambda minus 3. Therefore, the values of eigenvalue would be 3, and also lambda is equal to negative 1. Okay? Now that you have your eigenvalues, how do you solve for eigenvector? Now, for every value of lambda, okay, form lambda, that is form your lambda I minus k multiplied to x equal to 0, which is what? Which is our homogeneous system of equation. So what do we do? What is our characteristic polynomial? So first we use lambda first equals 3. Recall that we have lambda minus 1, 1, 4, lambda minus 1. Okay? We have lambda minus 1. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so substitute 3. We have 3 minus 1, and then we have 4, 1, 3 minus 1. And now this is supposed to be multiplied, let's say, x and y, which will be our eigenvector equal to 0. Okay, so we need not express. Know that when we multiply, we will just end up with a system of equation, right? So this will give us 2, will give us 4, we have 1 and 2. Okay, now let us, for example, row 1, okay, divided by 2 be our new row 1. This will give us what? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now, the homogeneous system of equation will give us at least one row of 0, no? So if we have negative R1 plus R2 to be our new R2, we have 1, 2, negative 1 plus 1, 0, negative 2 plus 2, that's 0. Now this will have this will form our solution, okay, to the homogeneous system of equation, and will give us our eigenvector. Now this one is a coefficient of y, this one is a coefficient of x, right? So if we let y be equal to r, such that r is any real number, then we can solve for x in terms of y, which is in terms of r. So therefore, what is x? X is given by negative 2y, which is negative 2r. Then we can now have our eigenvector corresponding to your x, okay, capital X, and x is given by negative 2r, and y is given by r. Factoring out r, then we have negative 2 and positive 1. So we can say for an eigenvalue equal to 3, x is equal to what? Negative 2 and 1. Okay? But what about if you have, okay, substituting now lambda is equal, what's the other value is negative 1. Okay? So we have again lambda minus 1, 4, 1, lambda minus 1. Okay? And you also have your x, y equal to 0. So you have negative 1 is negative 2. You have 4, 1, negative 1, that's negative 2. What do we do? Okay, let's say r1 divided by negative 2, or that's multiplying by negative 1/2 to be our new r1. Then we have positive 1, 4 divided by negative 2, or negative 1/2 of 4 is negative 2, 1, and negative 2. Next is, what do we do? Okay, let's say negative r1 plus r2 to be our new r2. Negative 1 plus 1, okay, that will give us 0. Negative times negative, that's positive 2. 2 plus negative 2, that's 0. Okay? Now this corresponds to y. This is a coefficient of y, coefficient of x. So forming the solution, if we let y be equal to r, then r is any real number. Okay, then what do we have? X is equal to positive 2r. Therefore, we form xy, which is the coordinates of the eigenvector, okay, which has the value 2r and r. Factoring out r, we have 2 and 1. So we say for an eigenvalue equivalent to negative 1, the eigenvector is given by coordinates, has a coordinates of 1. You follow? is negative 5, 0, 11, negative 9, 1, negative 3, 25, 0, 11. Now, how can you show that we will diagonalize? If we will be what? First, if we will be invertible, okay, such that the product of AP will be a diagonalizable, will be a diagonal ABC. B will be a diagonal like this as a result of the inverse of P times AP. Now this is P, no? Now this is P, and A is also 3 by 3, which is 4, 0, 1, negative 1, negative 6, negative 3, 5, 0, 0. So first you need to find the inverse of P. We call your adjoint method, okay? Using adjoint method. So what will be inverse the determinant of P? Okay, consider a cofactor. Use cofactor expansion at all since we have two zeros there. Okay, so first, to get the determinant of P, first is you have plus minus and you get 0. Now this is plus. We have plus 1 multiplied to a multiplied with its minor. What will be its minor? Eliminate this. So you have negative 5 times 11. That will be negative 55 minus what? 25 times 11. Minus 25 times 11. Okay. What will be the determinant? And then of course we have a 0. What will be negative? Then our calculator pause. By using a cofactor table, plus, minus, plus. Now first, what will be the cofactor of negative 5? What will be the cofactor of negative 5? We will not be multiplying it with 5 because we're not getting a 0. We're considering only what? The minor. So that will be 1 times 11. That will be 11. What about this one? Eliminate this and this. 0 times 11 is 0. Eliminate this. So we have 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay? How about this? That will be 0 times negative 3 is 0 minus 11. Okay, so now minus 11 now. Here, that will be negative 9 times 11. So that's negative 9 times 11. Okay, minus what? 25. So you have 25 times negative 3. And the result is negative 24. Negative times negative is positive 24. Is that right? Negative, again, so you have negative 9 times 11 minus 25 times negative 3. Okay, negative times negative is positive. Okay, what about the middle term? Okay, that will be negative 5 times 11 minus 25 times 11. And the result is negative 330. Is that right, class? When you check, eliminate this. So negative 5 times 11 minus 25 times 11 is really 30. So we have negative 30. Plus minus plus out of the sign. And then eliminate this one and that one. We have positive 15. 15 minus, we have negative 9 times 11. Okay, so the result is 114. So we have negative 114. Okay, eliminate this and this. We have 0 and we have negative 25. Is that right? Negative 9 times 0 minus 25 times 1. Well, on this one, eliminate this and this. So we have 0 and 0. And last, we have negative 5 and 0. That will be negative 5. Now we need to transpose to get, okay, the adjoint. The adjoint now will be 11, 0, negative 11. You have 24, negative 330, negative 140. And you have negative 25, 0, negative 5. Now in order to find the inverse, this is 1 over the determinant of E multiplied by adjoint of E. So the result will be what? 11, negative 33, no? So first you have 11 over negative 330, that's 0. 11 divided by negative 330, that's negative 330. 24, that will be negative 24 divided by 330. And then you have positive 1. You have positive 114 over 330. And you have positive 25 over 330, 0. And then now we have negative 5, so that will be 5. How can we simplify? These are very large numbers. What would be 11 And you have negative 330. Okay, that's negative 1 over 30. 0, positive 1 over 30. What about negative 24 and 330? Okay, that will be negative 4 over 55. And then you have 1. What about 130 and 330? That is equivalent to 90 over 55. And we have 25 over 330. And the result will be 5 over 66, 0. And then what about 5 and 330? So that will be 1 over 66. Now if this is your P, the inverse of P, we need now to get the product of AB. Know that, recall that multiplication is non-commutative, no? So let us multiply with A. Applying now, what will be A? So multiply this, negative 1 over 30, 0, 1 over 30, negative 45 over 55, 1, 1955, 1 over 66, 0, 1 over 66. Multiply that with A, which is 4, 0, 1, negative 1, negative 6, negative 2. You have 5, 0, 0. What will be the result? It will be an A by B. So can we add? So first is we have a negative 1 over 30. Negative 1 over 30. Okay, multiplied by 4. And then 0. Okay, plus we have 1 over 30 multiplied by 5. So the answer is 1 over 30. Next is we have this one, okay? That's 0. We also have 0. And we also have 0. Is that right? 0, 0, 0. Now we have negative 1 over 30. That will be negative 1. So negative 1. Negative 1 over 30. Okay. This is plus 0. And then plus 0. So we have negative 1 over 30. Yes. Negative. We have negative 4. Negative what? Negative 45. Negative 4. Okay. Negative 4 over 55 multiplied by 4 minus 1. Okay, plus we have 90 over 55 multiplied by 5. But right, this 1 and then times 5. So the result is 24 over 55. Negative. Is that negative? No, positive. Negative 4 times 4 minus 1 plus 90 divided times 5. Now yes, we have 0. Negative 6, 0. So we have negative 6. Is that right? 0. Negative 6, 0. And then we have negative 4 over 55 multiplied with what? With 1 plus, okay, minus 2. And then 0. That is equal to negative 140 over 55. Okay. Okay. Next is us. Okay. Now this is widely used because we have a 3 by 3 matrix. Times 4. Okay. 0. Okay, that's 0. And then plus. Okay, plus 5 over 66. Okay, so the result is 25 over 66. And then we have 0, 0, 0. And then we have last, we have 5 over 66, 0, 0. Now last is, so we already have the product of this multiplied on E. What will it be? Okay, the original even matrix, and we hope that we will be getting a diagonal. Okay? Now we multiply this by P, which is negative 5, 0, 11, negative 9, 1, negative 3, 25, 0, 11. Okay? Can we That will give us the eigenvalues, no? So, again, so we have 1 over 30 multiplied by negative 5. Okay, 0. Okay, and then you have minus 25 over 30. Okay? This will give us negative 1. Okay, next is 0 plus 0 plus 0 is we have 0. And then we have 11 over 30. 11 over 30. 0. And then we have minus. Okay, that will be 11 over 30. And this will be also 0. Okay, you already have it, no? How about this one? We have 24 over 55 multiplied with the negative 5. Okay? And then this one, we have plus 54. And then we have minus, we have 114 over 55 multiplied by 25. So the result is, that will give us the eigenvalues, no? So, again, so we have 1 over 30 multiplied by negative 5. Okay, 0. Okay, and then you have minus 25 over 30. Okay? This will give us negative 1. Okay, next is 0 plus 0 plus 0 is we have 0. And then we have 11 over 30. 11 over 30. 0. And then we have minus. Okay, that will be 11 over 30. And this will be also 0. Okay, you already have it, no? How about this one? We have 24 over 55 multiplied with the negative 5. Okay? And then this one, we have plus 54. And then we have minus, we have 114 over 55 multiplied by 25. So the result is, now note that this is correct, this is wrong, no? Meron tayong, there's something that it should be equal to 0. Okay? Now let us check it again. 24 over 55 times negative 5. Okay? And then plus 54. Is this, did I miss something, class? Okay, minus 100. This is equal to 25. Ayun, 0, okay? That's right, 0. Okay? And then you have 0. Okay, you have negative 6. 0, so you have negative 6. Next is you have 24 over 55 times 11 plus 18. And then you have negative 114 over 55 multiplied by 11. Now that must be 0. Yes, that's 0, no? And then we have, so we have 25 over 66 times negative 5 plus 0. Now this will give us 0. Okay, and then we have 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0, that's 0. And then last, we will have what? Okay, 25 over 66 times 11, 0. And then you have plus, you have 5 over 66 times 11. Okay, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Okay, because we're able to find, now notice, did P diagonalize A? Okay? P diagonalize A. Okay? So therefore, what will be the inverse of P? We were able to get the inverse of P, which is this one. Okay, and we multiplied it with A, resulting to this one. And the product is a matrix B, which is, now what are the eigenvalues? The eigenvalues are -1, -6, and 5. Okay? So therefore, this is now a diagonal matrix. Okay? P diagonalized A.